Have you ever stopped to wonder, what's the simplest thing you could do today, right in your own living room, that might just help you live longer? It's not fancy. It's not hard. In fact, it might seem almost silly at first. But, my friends, standing on just one leg each day, yes, just one, might be the lifeline you never knew you had. Isn't that something? It might just keep you strong, steady, and independent, even when the years add up. I'm Albert, and you're watching Golden Age Wisdom. This is our little corner for thoughtful advice and sharing gentle truths about growing older with grace. Today, we'll explore an easy habit, a doctor's tip that could truly save your life after 65. I invite you to settle in, maybe with your favorite cozy sweater or a good cup of tea. We'll walk through this together, one step at a time, with warmth and kindness, as always. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about and why it matters. We'll uncover the quiet power of balance and why the simple act of standing on one leg may be more important than you expect. We'll talk about how balance changes as we age, how one tiny daily habit can make a big difference, and how just a moment of practice might be the key to holding on to freedom and confidence in your daily life. Along the way, I'll share some stories, memories, and a few laughs from folks like you and me. And as you listen, please know this: every moment you spend caring for yourself matters. Your life is precious. You deserve to feel safe, steady, and hopeful about the days ahead. So, let's begin, very gently, with a story about balance, a story from my dear friend, Ruth. When I first retired, it must have been nearly 20 years ago now, Ruth and I would meet at the local community center for coffee and a chat. Ruth's laugh could fill a room. She always said she had to laugh loudly just to stay balanced through all that life had thrown her way. One morning, she arrived with a sturdy wooden cane and a sheepish grin. "Albert," she said, "I took a little spill in the garden." Nothing serious, thank goodness, but it shook her up. After that, Ruth started doing something new. Every day, while brushing her teeth, she'd stand on one leg just as long as she could. Weeks went by, then months. I noticed something. Ruth walked taller and with more sure steps. She was steadier in her chair, getting up or down with ease. "One leg at a time, Albert," she'd say. "It keeps me on my toes, quite literally." Years passed, and Ruth never needed that cane again. The lesson stuck with me. Sometimes, small things make all the difference. Let's explore this together. Why balance means more than we think, and how this one quiet habit could help you keep steady on life's winding path. Section 1. The hidden power of balance. Balance is one of those gifts, isn't it? We don't notice it until one day we wobble. Maybe you reached up for a bowl in the kitchen and felt unsure. Maybe, like my old friend Bill, you stood up too quickly and had to steady yourself on the counter. When we're young, it's all automatic. We chase the grandkids, walk up and down stairs without a second thought. But after 65, our bodies decide they want to keep us on our toes, sometimes quite literally. Our muscles don't react as fast. Our sense of where we are in space fades little by little. Even our eyes and ears, how they can play tricks. Stop sending the sharpest messages to our brains about what's up and what's down. It's a silent drift. Most of us don't even realize our balance is fading until maybe something scary happens. A stumble on a curb, a slip in the shower, or that strange dance we all do, catching ourselves sideways as if we meant to. Now, here's a gentle truth, friends. More people over 70 die or are badly hurt by falls than by almost anything else. It's not a comfortable thing to hear, but it's the reason balance matters. A pillar holding up the house, even if you never see it from the street. Back in my 30s, I watched my own father, Harold, lose his confidence after a fall. He was a steady man, built our porch with his own hands. But one winter, a patch of ice caught him off guard. After that, he moved more slowly, with fear he'd never known before. It wasn't just his body, it was his spirit, too. That's what falling can do. It shrinks our world. It makes us less eager to visit the neighbors, play catch with the grandkids, or hop onto the city bus. But here's the beautiful side. Balance is not gone forever. It can be brought back. Like a plant in the windowsill. You just have to water it. And sometimes, the simplest act can be the most powerful. All it takes is a little of that old-fashioned persistence. Section 2. Standing on one leg. Why this simple habit works. Have you ever tried standing on one leg? Not just for fun, but as a sort of daily challenge? If not, I hope you will after we finish here. Doctors have a saying, if you can stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds, safely of course, it tells them more about your health than most fancy machines. It's like lifting the hood of a car and listening to the engine purr. When we balance on one leg, a lot happens inside. Our ankles and feet fire up, all those little muscles working together. Our knees and hips join in too, like musicians in a band. Even our stomach and back muscles tighten. Not too much, just enough to keep us from wobbling. And, most importantly, our mind pays attention. That moment of focus, that's your brain working out, just like your body. All of this in a matter of seconds. There's some magic in it. One leg up, eyes looking forward, the world quiet for just a moment. You might feel a little silly at first. Maybe you'll laugh or even sway a little. That's all right. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about presence and giving your body and mind a moment to tune in together. My neighbor Dorothy, she's a quietly practical soul. When the grandkids visit her, she watches them hop around the living room, laughing and playing. If they can do it, why can't I? She once asked me with a little smile. So she made a game of it. Every morning before breakfast, she'd challenge herself to stand on one leg, then the other, while holding onto the kitchen counter for safety. Sometimes 5 seconds, sometimes 20. The grandkids started timing her. Turns out she could outbalance most of them by the holidays. Over time, Dorothy's legs grew stronger. But something else happened too. Her confidence grew. Albert, I feel less scared in the shower, less worried on icy mornings, she told me. Isn't that a funny thing? Sometimes, the tiny victories are the ones we cherish most. Let's make this practical for you. If you want to give it a try, here's my gentle advice. Find a safe spot, maybe at the kitchen counter or near a sturdy chair. Stand tall, hands ready to catch the counter if needed. Then, gently lift one foot just an inch or two off the ground. Look ahead, breathe steady, and see how long you feel comfortable. If you reach 10 seconds, wonderful. If it's 2 or 3, that's perfect too. Try the other leg. You might be surprised. One side can feel steadier than the other. That's normal. Just please be gentle. Don't push. Don't worry about winning any contests. A little bit every day is what counts. I'd love to hear from you if you feel comfortable. What small daily habit helps you feel safe and confident these days? Please share a memory or a tip in the comments below. Your wisdom might just help someone else too. Section 3. What your balance says about your health. Here's a gentle secret that doctors have known for years. Balance is not just about avoiding slips and falls. It's a window into your whole body's health. A sort of canary in the coal mine, as my uncle used to say. Why is that? because being steady on one leg draws on so many parts of you, all at once. It checks your muscles, your nerves, your bones, even your mind and your heart. If any piece is struggling, your balance sense will let you know. A friend of mine, Bill, he always had a brisk, purposeful walk. Like a man late for church, Dorothy used to tease him. One summer, though, he started walking just a little slower. He felt wobbly at street corners, even though he hadn't changed a thing. A quick trip to the doctor revealed a bit of trouble with his nerves. Not dangerous, but a sign to keep watch. The good news was, he caught it early. With a bit of therapy, and yes, some one-legged stands each morning, Bill was back to his determined ways by fall. That's the thing about balance. It's often the first sign when our bodies need a little extra care. Standing on one leg each day is like checking the oil in your car or listening for a funny noise while driving. If something doesn't feel right, or if you notice you're wobbling more than usual, it's a cue to have a conversation with your doctor or perhaps a caring friend. There's no shame in getting help. None at all. Sometimes life hands you a gentle warning before a bigger storm. I remember my own early mornings, shuffling to the kitchen, feeling the way my feet and legs remembered the day. One morning, I couldn't keep my balance with my eyes closed. A bit of a wake-up call. That's all it took to remind me to move a little more and to pay attention to the signals my body was sending. Think of it like a garden gate. You check it now and then to make sure the hinges are strong. Do the same for your balance. Section 4. The long-term gift, freedom and independence. If I could give you one thing at this stage of life, it would be the continued gift of independence. The freedom to walk outside on a crisp morning, to join friends for coffee, to fetch the mail or tend your roses without fear. Standing on one leg each day is not just about balance, it's about keeping those gifts close. Each second spent practicing is a quiet investment in your independence. There's a story in my family about Aunt Lila. She lived up north on a shaded street where leaves blazed orange and red each autumn. When she turned 80, her children wanted her to move near them, to a smaller place with fewer stairs. But Aunt Lila loved her house, her old oak tree, and the ritual of walking 3 blocks to the bakery every Saturday, rain or shine. She started a daily routine. Before leaving home, she'd stand on one leg just to see if she was steady enough. "If I can't balance here, I won't venture there," she'd say. It became her quiet test, a way of listening to her body. That habit gave her another decade of seasons, walking her block with confidence. Her neighbors all knew her as the steady walker. Looking back, I see it was not just her legs, but her spirit that stood tall. I've always believed it's the small, loving acts, repeated each day, that build a long life worth living. Balance isn't about daring feats or showing off. It's about keeping your circle of life as wide as you wish. The wider your world, the brighter your days. As we grow older, sometimes the world wants to shrink our circle. Less travel, fewer walks, more worries about falling. But you can push back just a little with this one tiny act. A few seconds on one leg each day. It's like putting a penny in a jar. Over time, it adds up to something precious. A life full of movement, laughter, and choosing your own direction. Section 5. Making it a gentle habit, your daily moment of balance. You might be wondering, how can I make this a part of my days, Albert? I don't want to forget or make a fuss. And what if my legs aren't what they used to be? I hear you. We all forget things. I forget why I walked into the kitchen more than I care to admit. But habits grow quietly, like moss on a stone, if you tuck them into something you already do. Here are some gentle ideas, straight from my little circle of friends. While brushing your teeth, try lifting one foot for a second or two. Hold the sink gently for balance if you need to. If you wash dishes, pause and stand on one leg for a few breaths, switching sides. Waiting for the microwave or for your tea to steep? Stand tall, lift a foot a few inches, and just breathe. If you enjoy music, put on a favorite tune and gently balance, eyes ahead, letting the song guide your rhythm. None of these moments need to be long or perfect. Even a wobbly 2 seconds is worth celebrating. It's the intention, not the performance, that matters. Now, if you live with a partner or friend, why not invite them to try it too? There's something special in shared laughter as you both wobble and steady yourselves. My wife and I used to compete, just a little, over who could last longer after dinner. Though she always claimed she let me win. And if your legs are stiff or you need support, honor that feeling. Start with a finger or whole hand on a steady surface. Even shifting your weight from side to side is a beginning. Progress comes in inches, not leaps. May I gently remind you, if you're finding this video helpful, or you have a friend who might enjoy our gentle company, feel free to subscribe or to share a kind word below. It helps us keep this space welcoming for all who need it. Section 6. What if you stumble or can't stand long? Some mornings the legs ache, the knees creak like old porch boards. If today is a wobbly day, don't fret. The body has its own weather. Some days are sunny, some a little cloudy. That's all right. If you find you can't lift a foot for long or need both hands for support, give yourself grace. Even imagining the movement while seated can send positive signals to your brain and body. A gentle shift in your chair, lifting a heel or tapping a toe, these are all ways to keep the lines of communication open between mind and muscles. Remember, progress isn't a straight path. It zigs and zags like a country road. Some weeks you will stand taller. Some days you'll sit and watch the birds, and that's good too. Be patient with yourself. The goal is not to win, but to keep moving, however you can. One last thing. If you ever feel faint, dizzy, or very unsteady, pause. Sit down and don't push yourself. Sometimes the body needs a little more support, a visit with your doctor, or a small adjustment to your routine. There's courage in asking for help. I promise you, everyone needs a hand now and then. Section 7. The greatest gift, hope and the power of trying. A friend of mine once told me, "Albert, at our age, we can't guarantee how many years we'll have, but we can decide how we'll live each one." That's always stayed with me. The smallest effort, standing on one leg, reaching for the top shelf, opening a stubborn jar, these are victories. They tell your body and mind, I'm still here, I still care, I still reach for life. Balance is more than muscles and bones. It's a symbol of hope. Each time you try, you're saying yes to the sunrise, to your neighbor's knock, to another walk through the park. If you ever doubt that a tiny act can change a life, think of the hummingbird. It's small, but it travels thousands of miles on its own brave wings just by flapping steadily, day after day. You too are made for steady effort and for perseverance. Never forget that. Closing thoughts. As we come to the end of our chat, let me say how grateful I am to share these gentle moments with you. The world can feel rushed, noisy, and uncertain. Here, in this quiet corner, I hope you feel safe, seen, and gently encouraged. Whether you try standing on one leg next to your kitchen sink or find another small way to stay steady on your path, remember this: you matter. Your health, your comfort, and your confidence are worth every bit of care. If you feel moved, I welcome your comments below. Let me know a little habit that's helped keep your mind or body sharp, or even a memory, perhaps, of a time when balance helped you in life in more ways than one. And if you'd like to help this circle grow, please like this video or share it with a friend who might need a gentle nudge. Subscribe if you wish. That way, we can walk this journey together, week by week. You're not alone, my friend. Even the smallest step, one leg at a time, can change the path ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me on Golden Age Wisdom. Care for yourself, move gently, and may you walk your days in strength, hope, and peace. Until next time, this is Albert, wishing you a steady heart and steady feet.